Why should estate agents join Propertymark? Today I'm joined by Natalie Barton, who is head of digital at Propertymark. Natalie, why should people join Propertymark? Talk to me.
Well, Chris, as you know, I used to be a letting agent.
Yes.
I was always very dedicated to Propertymark. I said in my interview for Propertymark, if you cut me open, I literally bleed Propertymark green because it's helped my career. Now, as an individual agent, membership can mean so much. It can bring training, qualifications, credibility, conversations, resources, and a network of people. So these are massive, massive benefits. No agent, no matter how big, from big corporates to little independent or sole working agents, have to be alone on their journey, because we know the challenges that come in agency. You can be sailing one day, you've got everything in place, everything's going smoothly. It just takes one phone call and you've just got absolute carnage on your hands and you think, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to cope. Having that Propertymark network, the support and the resources can really benefit individual agents.
I can see the benefit on the letting side, and my understanding is around a third of agents are Propertymark members. One would have to question why the other 2/3 are not,
Yes.
because of the legalities and everything else like that. But what about estate agents where only probably 1 in 4 are members of Propertymark? I can't see the advantage there. Try and persuade me.
Oh, but again, Chris, we've got, I mean, there's less legislation that hits sales than there is compared with lettings, for example. But that doesn't mean that there aren't big issues involved. Material information at the minute is absolutely huge, and agents are struggling with it. And it's not something new. It's consumer protection regulation since what, 2008? So it's not anything new, but agents are really struggling still to get
Do you
their
think
heads
they're
around
putting
it.
their head in the sand about it, saying, I'll wait for it to come and bite me on the bum before I do anything about it?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of that, like, oh, well, people are getting away with it. But, and this was something I heard somebody say at a conference, if you've got a minefield and there are big warning signs that say, keep out of the minefield, don't enter, danger of death, but there's somebody poking around in the minefield, and you go, well, they're all right. Do I follow them?
And no mines have gone off, have they? No one's been
No
slapped.
mines have gone off, but that doesn't mean a mine isn't going to go off. And when it does, you're taking people out. So instead, your Propertymark membership is following those warning signs and doing your best, taking a better, securer path, a more credible path. If you're going to trust somebody with your most expensive purchase, your house, it's not even just about the money. It's about life opportunities. It's about emotions. It's about family.
Okay.
Why would you give that to somebody who
But
just...
estate agents don't care about that.
But they should care. The thing they should care
But
about
they
the
don't.
most...
All they care about is will this get me more listings? Or if I don't have it, will it stop me getting listings?
But then they're taking the wrong perspective. Like we said before,
I can't help the fact that that's how the industry thinks. But that is how the
but
industry
what
thinks.
I'm trying to say is that the industry needs a little bit of a rethink, because actually, if you're and it is competitive out there.
Very.
But isn't it frustrating when you watch somebody who's not doing things right get it because they're cheaper, and then you watch their listings tank because they've overvalued and they've not sold and things have fallen through, and you want to go, oh, people, come to me now and do it the right way.
Okay. But again, if I join Propertymark as an agent, how is it going to get me more listings? And I appreciate, and I will admit this, that it is the responsibility of the agent to wave the flag that they are a Propertymark member. But what are Propertymark doing for me as an agent? So I can, when I go into the room, I say, well, I'm a Propertymark member. They say, oh, yeah, we'll have you. You can have the listing.
We try and give them the conversations to have with on those valuing appointments. What makes you stand out? Should it be a chase to the bottom on fees?
Of course it isn't. I'm just saying, what do you think? I mean, you've got Phil Spencer. Do you think you could do more with that? Or, I mean, is there any marketing material that agents can have with Phil to help them with their marketing. You know, slap a picture of Phil in the window. all that.
One of the things that we're going to do, so Propertymark are going, they've been looking really hard at member benefits. Coming from next year, we're going to introduce company membership. So we've looked at individual agents get really good resources to support them in their career trajectory through Propertymark membership. But then there's also the other need as companies, how do you stand out
Yes.
within a busy market? So with company membership, there will be more resources. So we've got some available at the minute, such as our Propertymark information questionnaire to help with material information, for example. We've got, all these, but this bank is going to expand of materials that agents then don't have to go out and procure themselves. It's trustworthy.
Will there come
You
a
can use
point
it.
where I can slap Phil's picture in my window in my marketing and say,
You can put Phil's picture
Really?
in your window. We've got materials, resources that you can already download with Phil's face on them. We've got agencies out there who've gone massive with Phil's face in the window, and in their town they'll be like, "Oh, that's the agent. That's the Phil Spencer agency," because massive poster of Phil going, "Use this agent. You can trust them." So it's how you use the materials, but we're going to expand those, including hopefully more social
what
media.
you almost need to do is, the Esters are very good at this, is, you know, when they do the pat wall at the end and you're a winner, you almost need Phil with a pat wall for Propertymark and then do a nice steady run. I'm just
Yeah.
you know, because agents, let's be honest, every third photo on LinkedIn is someone stood next to bloody Phil Spencer on a pat wall at Zoopla. Maybe you guys at Propertymark could use him a bit better. I mean, he's used to his photo being taken. I think that'd be a good idea, but I think I think the Phil Spencer connection is a part that I think you could. I'm not criticising, but I think you could use a lot more, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And it's down to proactivity of agents as well. So
Yes,
the
it is the
resources are
responsibility.
there.
You've got to supply more weapons, but then they've got to use them.
They've got to use them. Exactly. You have to engage with what's there. But as company membership comes, we'll have more opportunities, more resources. It's with the conversations that have happened at Arbon House in the boardroom with making sure that no matter what size of agency are involved, they're going to have better value for money by having an investment in company membership. Because if you're a single branch, small agency, you have to pay top whack for any resources, any materials, any sort of third party. By bulk of 18,000 members, we can then reduce the costs on those things that they have to invest in, spread it amongst the membership. So you're already saving money on credible suppliers and resources. We're then also going to set up Propertymark Connect, which will be a referral network. 18,000 members across the UK. If you're talking to people relocating and you want to refer, you've got the whole bank. There's going to be a website where you can look at how responsive agents are to inquiries, so you can really trust the people that you are referring to.
So if I someone that wants to move to, say, Aberystwyth, I can go in and it will independently tell me on the Aberystwyth page of Propertymark, which is is this a public page or is this an agent only
This will
page?
be a Propertymark for members.
Okay, and then you can say go and see Bob Smith, and then is it up to the agent to tell them which agent to go to?
So, I mean, if somebody comes to you and said, "Oh, I want to move to Aberystwyth," who
Or
should
it's
I
actually
go with?
relocation, it'd be the other way around. They're in Aberystwyth, haven't got their house on the market. You're looking in, say, Grantham, centre of the property universe. You can say, have you got your house on the market? No. Well, let's just have a quick look. Bob Smith is the best agent. And then that's the...
Or not just Bob Smith, but then you've got Carol Jones and you've got Brenda, whoever, you know.
Okay. Do I get a bit of a share of the fee on that one?
There'll be fees to come back into the
Interesting.
membership. So
Okay. I think a certain organisation...
but we're not going to prevent the other certain organisation from agents from using that other organisation as well. So
But you've got, by being a member of Propertymark, you're gonna have access to these
you're going to have a
potential
bank
leads.
of 18,000 other agents to
Interesting.
help you.
Natalie, thank you for your time today.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Chris.